Hi, lovely. So we're back with studying, and I have my timer right here. Let's hydrate. Today's plan ready. Okay, we'll talk here. Yeah, that's a very nice. Yeah, I know. Hello. There are a few concepts. So myself, होते हैं, you know the concept and the way of doing question. So, hmm, did you sound? No sound. Honey. From the water, huh? I literally need one. Okay, so we're gonna do I, so Rihanna was so many times. I feel like we'll do it later because she has a video. Chapter 7, yeah, aggregate, and its related concepts. Hmm. Aggregate demand क्या होता है? Aggregate demand, aggregate demand, aggregate demand है. Aggregate demand, total aggregate demand. पहले शब्द आता है लैपटॉप में aggregate demand. तो total demand, total value, कोई गुड है जैसे बॉटल है और कोई सर्विस है मैच उसकी सेक्टर वाइज वैल्यू जैसे इसकी हो गई 5 करोड़ और इसकी हो गई 7 करोड़ तो टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज ऑफ ऑल सेक्टर तो ये इसके all sectors के this 12,000. The total value of all goods and services which all sectors of an economy are planning to buy. अच्छा एग्रीगेट डिमांड है ना ये हमारा कुछ रियलिटी हुआ एग्रीगेट डिमांड है वो वैल्यू गुड्स और सर्विसेज की हर सेक्टर की इकोनॉमी में जो आर planning to buy at a given level of income during an accounting year. Accounting year की यहाँ कोई बात करें तो we refer to it as 1st April to 31st, 1st April to 31st March. Hmm. So aggregate demand refers to the total value of total aggregate demand refers to the total aggregate demand refers to the total value aggregate demand refers to the aggregate demand refers to the total value of all goods and total value of goods and services, and these goods and services are actually finite of all sectors of the economy are planning to buy. So correct, we are going to buy at if we have this much level of income. Okay, so this is done in relation to the income. So I'm planning to buy. So to aggregate demand refers to the total value of annual goods and services. Annual goods and services of all sectors of an economy are planning to buy. I'm not planning, you're planning to buy. Yeah, I will buy these stuff. But when I have this much income, I'm planning to buy at a given level of income during an accounting year. At a given level of income, during an accounting year. ठीक है तो अदर वर्ड्स में अगर समझे तो एग्रीगेट डिमांड ना एग्रीगेट एक्सपेक्ट तो एग्रीगेट डिमांड हमारा एग्रीगेट एक्सपेक्टेड होता है मतलब डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सेक्टर जैसे प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी टर्शरी सेक्टर्स है अ, ठीक है एग्रीगेट डिमांड एग्रीगेट एक्सपेंडिचर होता है कि दैट डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स ऑफ एन इकोनॉमी आर विलिंग टू इनकम एग्रीगेट डिमांड एक एग्रीगेट एक्सपेंडिचर होता है जो हर दैट डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स ऑफ इकोनॉमी आर विलिंग टू इनकम ड्यूरिंग अच्छा एग्रीगेट डिमांड को मान लो कि जो भी एक्सपेंडिचर मैं प्राइमरी सेक्टर ये सेक्टर करने वाला हूँ देखो जो एक्सपेंडिचर होगा वो ही इनका बॉट होगा इनको बस डिसाइड now aggregate demand and aggregate expenditure mean the same A equals to AD equals to AE ठीक है it is important to know that aggregate expenditure refers to the planned expenditure not the actual जब हम एक्सपेंडिचर की जो बात करें हम प्लान की बात कर रहे हैं प्लान एक्सपेंडिचर नॉट एक्चुअल तो ठीक है एंड एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज एक स्लो कॉन्सेप्ट है aggregate demand refers to the total value of all final goods and services that final goods and services is of all sectors in the economy are planning to buy at a given level of income. Aggregate demand is equal to aggregate expenditure and ठीक है yeah. Now aggregate demand includes the planned expenditure not the actual हम प्लान करेंगे हम इतने करना ना इतना खर्चा हुआ ओके सो aggregate demand एक टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर होता है of all firms, government and the rest of the world to planning to incur coverage during a given period of time. मतलब ठीक है aggregate demand is एक slow concept है and measured for the period of an accounting year. हमने बोला ना कि इसको accounting year में measure it during the accounting period during a period of accounting We measure it during the accounting period, so it is called the low concept. Aggregate demand. Now, aggregate demand is not equal to market demand. Correct? What is aggregate demand? Okay. Question equals no. पहले तो aggregate demand is equal when at different sectors of an economy are willing to income. मतलब जो different sectors हैं दोनों demand is equal to aggregate supply. ठीक है ठीक है aggregate demand is not equal to aggregate market demand. Market demand. ठीक है aggregate demand market demand क्यों है ठीक है aggregate demand market demand क्यों है aggregate demand total demand होता है aggregate demand होता है total demand aggregate demand होता है total demand of all goods and services of all goods and services but market demand is a demand is a total demand of one commodity in the market है ना तो aggregate demand में total demand सारे aggregate demand में total demand जो ठीक है aggregate demand होता है total demand इसमें भी total demand पर इसमें सारे goods so aggregate demand means all goods and services in this there is only one commodity demand of one commodity demand total demand इसमें ये होता है all goods and services के लिए this is the total demand of all goods and services and this is the total demand of one commodity ठीक है तो पहला कुछ की पॉइंट्स बनते हैं क्वेश्चन हम्म तो then what is aggregate demand aggregate demand is the total value of of final goods and services of all sectors of all sectors of an economy or possibly economy or something like that are planning to buy. planning to buy at a given level of income, at a given level of income during an accounting year. Once again, hmm, an aggregate demand is now aggregate demand is equal to aggregate expenditure. Aggregate demand is not equal to market demand because market demand includes the total demand of one commodity. And this is all goods and services in the economy, and this is in market. ठीक है और कुछ components ट्राई करना ठीक है तो ये हो गया नो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज components of aggregate demand. So we have private consumption, private consumption expenditure, C, I, is G, is minus M. Aggregate demand is equal to C plus I plus G plus bracket X minus M. Hmm. Component या determinant या constituent कुछ determinant component determinant या constituent what does constitute like include of तो component हो गया determine करे aggregate demand को what does aggregate do okay what things actually determine aggregate demand or या फिर constitute so it includes household household consumption expenditure investment expenditure government expenditure net export. So the household consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, government expenditure, net exports. Household consumption expenditure, um, investment expenditure, government expenditure, and net export. इन मन की आंखों से ये समझ सकते हैं कि प्राइवेट इसको प्राइवेट बोला हाउसहोल्ड बोला प्राइवेट consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, private consumption expenditure, investment, government expenditure, net export. ठीक है तो पहला है प्राइवेट कंजम्पशन expenditure. देखो it refers to the total expenditure incurred by household on purchase of goods and services during an accounting year. So we have the total expenditure on whatever on purchase of goods and services during an accounting year. So private consumption expenditure. Yeah, around household. Um, which refers to the total expenditure. So, so private consumption expenditure, total expenditure that yeah, Total expenditure. Total expenditures, total expenditure done by households on purchase of goods and services of goods and services. So, mm, private consumption expenditure it refers to the total expenditure. No total expenditure to not expenditure. Total expenditure total expenditure done by households to purchase goods and services during the accounting year. The total expenditure how, done by household on purchase of goods and services in an accounting year. है ना? टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर हाउसहोल्ड ने करा खरीदने के लिए अभी देखो कंजम्पशन प्राइवेट कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर होता है कि जो भी एक्सपेंडिचर एक हाउस होल्ड कर रहा है एक अकाउंट में गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज को परचेज करने के लिए ठीक है तो जनरली कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर इज so the consumption expenditure is directly influenced by disposable income, higher disposable income, higher consumption, or higher consumption expenditure, and lesser disposable income, lesser consumption expenditure. Disposable income is the uh, income from all sources. अच्छा, disposable income मतलब जो भी income जो सारे sources मतलब income received from all sources it is available. अच्छा अच्छा disposable income disposable income वो भी income that is received from all sources जो हमें सारे sources से मिली हो which can be used on spending or on consumption or saving. तो disposable income वो income सारे sources है जो which the households have for spending on for consumption and saving. ठीक है जो consumption expenditure है it is directly related to disposable income. So we have aggregate demand. We know what aggregate demand total value जो भी goods and services हुए जो we are planning to buy. We are planning to buy. We are planning. We are planning to buy. They I think मिनिमम इनकम मतलब हम बाय करने में सोच रहे हैं तो यहाँ पर बात करें कि अगर ये डिमांड जो भी टोटल डिमांड होगी goods and services की we are planning to buy planning to buy between level of minimum accounting year. The total demand जो है डिमांड जितनी भी goods and services की, ठीक है जो हम प्लान कर रहे हैं खरीदने का अगर वापस से तुम डेवलपमेंट करोगे एक अकाउंट किया तो कंपोनेंट अब इनमें क्या क्या कॉन्स्टिट्यूट कंपोनेंट होगा या क्या चीजें डिटरमाइन करती हैं what else you will determine the aggregate demand or what does aggregate demand constitute so aggregate demand equals to c plus I plus plus x minus n. So first we have private household. Hmm. So private consumption expenditure is private consumption expenditure is the total expenditure that is done by households on this includes total expenditure around the total expenditure that is done. The household and budget and usage total expenditure aggregate demand is actually aggregate expenditure. The total expenditure that is done by household and budget. Total expenditure. Total expenditure that is done. Total expenditure that is done. Total expenditure. Which is done household. Total expenditure in the household and job. Purchase of food and shopping. Buy. Purchase. Food and services. Manner and fuel. Our total expenditure done by household on purchase of business services union accounting is private consumption expenditure. Uh, this consumption expenditure is generally related to directly related to disposable income. The disposable income is the expenditure increases or disposable income increases or disposable income decreases or consumption expenditure decreases. So what is disposable income? Disposable income is income is from altogether like income is from allocation that is used. Now the disposable income is used and can either be used on spending on consumption or saving. Disposable income is income. Disposable income in disposable income is the income received from all sources by the households to spend on consumption and saving. Okay. So C plus identity and DI is equal to C plus S. Okay. And we have investment expenditure. Hmm. So the total expenditure to the household है purchase करने के लिए business services की purchase करी household है purchase करी business services की तो total expenditure total expenditure that is done by household to purchase business services. Okay. And accounting clear. This is very based on the equilibrium. Investment expenditure. Investment expenditure. So now total this is total expenditure. Total expenditure done by private funds. The purchase of Google services, they are purchasing their capital goods. The machinery, it includes addition to the physical stock. It includes addition of physical stock to the machinery and machinery equipment. इसमें क्या क्या करना machinery equipment को ही हो गया यहाँ machinery and building and building machinery. Let's look at another community discussing example. Okay. Why single? I never thought कुछ भी हो. कोई कपड़े नहीं. रेड वाली बाल्टी में इसको लगा देती हूँ. उधर. तो नई बाल्टी आ गई. ओह आदि के लिए तो भाई. आदि का प्रॉब्लम. आदि. Furniture, investment in furniture is not accidental in Spanish. Neither stems from it is a private comfort of the investment furniture is furniture is so all not actually but all these गोश्त निकाल दो मैं आगे नहीं ले मेरा तेरी बना दो मेरा नहीं है तेरे क्यों है तेरे बेटे के साथ मेरा तो so investment increase investment in some returns of capital measurement. अब आप बोलो तो फिर ये थोड़ा बोल रहे हो चल अच्छा आ जा अच्छा अरे ये उठा उठा के उधर रख दे निकाल लेंगे अरे आगे के लिए पहनने के लिए कोई कपड़े नहीं है ना मैं तो इसलिए तेरा ये लो निकाल दूँ तेरे नहीं ये नहीं है ये खुद नहीं आ रहे चलो फटा ये भी नहीं है अरे पता नहीं देख लेना मुझे लगता है ये आ जाएगा निकाल ये ऊपर डाल तेरे ये भी डाल इसमें बटन है सही से दबा उठो उठो उठिए उठो ये लोग हो गया aggregate expenditure aggregate demand increasing market demand. Okay, because increasing total demand. Total demand of all goods and services and entire post economy, and this reduces demand of one commodity in the entire market. When you implement independent, predominant cost to what you have first about aggregate demand, total demand is private expenditure plus investment expenditure plus government expenditure plus public expenditure. Invention, hospital, provincial expenditure, expenditure, which therefore to allocate profit expenditure among households from purchase goods and services during and accounting goods and aggregate demand is a concept. Increase and commercial expenditure. So it is commercial expenditure is directly related to the disposable income. Disposable income is from received from all sources by household to that is available to them for spending on consumption and saving. ठीक है investment, investment, expenditure, it is the total expenditure done by private funds on capital goods. And financial expenditure we actually do for ex ante, and this we do like building a machinery. This is we consider it autonomous because it does as autonomous it does not get affected by the level of income. ठीक है पहले की डिमांड जो भी टोटल goods and purchases के जो टोटल डिमांड हो goods and purchases में willing to प्लान करें ना खरीदने का इकट्ठा करेगा उसमें कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर जो भी तो अगर हाउस में सीखा अपना goods and services के लिए तो थर्ड गुड्स के लिए अगर कम अपना क्या करना चाहिए मतलब क्या जिसको ना कैपिटल गुड्स बोला है ठीक है तो now we have the third component AD equals to government expenditure. Government expenditure is the total expenditure done by government on consumer and capital goods. To satisfy the common needs of people only. Okay. So simple. Total expenditure done by government capital, consumer and capital goods. Consumer भी करा capital भी करा consumer for household and this is for क्यों करा to satisfy common needs. Common needs. Consumption expenditure is incurred to meet the public. अच्छा meet अच्छा हम्म देखो ये तो बोल दिया consumption expenditure is done to meet public needs. Consumption expenditure देखो अब इसमें household consumption expenditure and this is investment expenditure. So consumption expenditure is done to meet the public needs and investment expenditure involves construction of highways. Because consumption expenditure होते हैं जिससे public की needs मतलब the public needs are satisfied needs like needs are fulfilled. Consumption expenditure is the expenditure incurred to fulfill the public needs like law, education. Education doesn't education, health, care, health, and business, etc. So the government expenditure होता है it is the government expenditure is the total expenditure incurred by government government on consumer and capital goods to satisfy the common needs of the economy. इकोनॉमी, ठीक है। हम गवर्नमेंट देखो कंज्यूमर करेंट, कंज्यूमर करेंट सोर्स आर्म्स the community expenditure, consumption expenditure is done by government. It's done by government to satisfy the public needs. Public needs. Okay. Public needs like um, education, health, or defense. And investment expenditure is make happen construction of roads, highways, bridges. Okay. Government expenditure is the expenditure which is incurred by government to government on consumer and capital goods, consumer and consumer and capital goods, and consumer and capital goods. Trading and account. Okay, consumer to satisfy the community economy, consumption expenditure is done to satisfy the public needs like education, health, and defense. Yeah, investment expenditure is done to meet uh, it includes things like construction like economics. There is fourth we have fourth we have net exports. Exports do not अच्छा this is important. So net exports to the net exports indicate the demand. Demand of the so exports show the demand of the good which is produced exports produced domestically by the um, sorry. So net exports, net exports, okay? Exports. Called mm, 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 exports indicated demand. So exports capital. Exports indicated demand of domestically. Exports indicate the demand of mm, goods produced within the domestic territory by the rest of the world, and imports indicate the demand by the normal residents in the country, the demand by the normal for the goods produced in the national. And the difference between net exports and the difference between export and import is that so net export point. Exports indicate the demand demand of demand of goods produced within the domestic territory by the rest of the world, and import indicate the of demand of goods produced abroad by the no, by the residents of the domestic country. Mhm. Mhm. Uh, since regulation of income and employment is two sector world, it is done in the two sector world. And seafood component is not discussed in detail. The demand has four components, has four components but in close economy. Economy, C, AD, ED, A, E is equal to C plus I. Hmm. ठीक है मैंने चलो नेक्स्ट only ठीक है diagrammatic representation of AD on the level of the economy generally exists positive relationship. So there is a positive relationship between income and so AD depends on the level of income. AD depends on income. Generally there is income is aggregate expenditure. Income is generally more positive. Uh, that means as the income rises, AD rises, vice versa. Hmm. So positive relationship between aggregate demand and income. Look, due to the aggregate demand, as aggregate demand, as the aggregate expenditure. So aggregate demand depends on an level of the income. So aggregate there's a positive relationship between aggregate demand and aggregate demand and level of income. Hmm. Hmm. ठीक है and in two sector economy. Yeah. हम्म अच्छा अच्छा पहले इनका अगर शेड्यूल बनाए नहीं के आगे आगे की डिमांड का शेड्यूल ईडी का शेड्यूल रिलेशन टू द कंजम्पशन जो है कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर देखो जहाँ तो टू शो देखो एग्रीगेट डिमांड का शेड्यूल टू शो कि उसका लेवल ऑफ इनकम इज have a positive relationship with the aggregate demand ठीक है तो इनकम कांस्टेंट इनकम हम अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट कांस्टेंट समझते हैं कि इट इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय द लेवल ऑफ इनकम ठीक है इनकम इनकम हमारी जीरो से कंजम्पशन इन्वेस्टमेंट और एडी इनकम पहले जीरो 200 300 400 500 600 700 800 80 से बढ़ी और you can start with 80 actually 80 160 240 850 400 400 480 5 560 860 20 160 640 and इसको कैसे 8 8 16 8 8 4 8 8 4 13 8 5 48 to 48, 8, sorry, the 56, 8%, so, ठीक है. So, aggregate demand is actually equals to C by I. So 80, 260, ये सब 40, 420, 500. अच्छा ये जो हो गया ऑटोनॉमस इन्वेस्टमेंट, फिर ये हो गया एडी, देखो एडी as stated here, AD is consumption and investment only. Positive consumption even when income is zero. There is always some minimum level. There is always minimum level of consumption. There is always a minimum. There is always some minimum level of consumption that happens. So there is always minimum level of consumption even when income is zero. Okay, it happens because people are in need of. नहीं, तो देखो हमारा क्या है, तुमने यहाँ देखा, so there is at least some minimum level of consumption, even when there is no, when the income is zero, because people are in need of basic, because people need basic goods and services to sustain their lives. Okay? So you 40 crores, why is 40 crores for autonomous consumption level? For autonomous consumption level, for autonomous investment policy, consumption start from point S, not from the origin of consumption. ये एडी हो गया, ये कंजम्पशन हो गया. मिनिमम लेवल ऑफ कंजम्पशन. Autonomous consumption like C bar से पहले denoted by C bar refers to the minimum level of consumption which is needed. The minimum level of consumption करना होगा which is needed for this survival. And this happens if the income is zero. Borrowings कर लो या sale of assets कर लो अपने. So yes, consumption start from the point S, not from the origin. This is basically. Hmm. ठीक है. Slope consumption curve AD. The first component AD consumption curve and slope upwards. The first component AD consumption curve the slope upwards because the consumption increases. It's a slope. Why is the slope upwards? Because consumption increases when income increases. Alright? AD increases when income increases because AD increases consumption on just wait a minute. Hmm. So there is this graph autonomous investment, consumption curve, autonomous autonomous consumption, and this is AD. And difference between this is I. This is income in crores, income Y in crores, and AD in AD in crores. ये समझ लो इन्वेस्टमेंट 20 था, ये 80 था। तो ये जो 80 है, ये 80 है, इज द सी बार, ये हम देख लो, ठीक है। तो एडी तो पहले हमने बोल दिया सी प्लस आई है। दूसरी बात, there is positive consumption. There is positive consumption even when income is zero, because there is always minimum level. There is because there is always some minimum level of consumption, because there is always some minimum level of consumption that is required for the survival, by by the users of basic needs like goods and of basic needs of government. ठीक है? So that's why the consumption curve. This is the consumption curve. This is the aggregate demand curve. This is the consumption curve. This is autonomous consumption, and this is autonomous. अच्छा. Hmm. And not this is not the consumption. This is autonomous consumption. This is the consumption curve. This is autonomous investment. Hmm. This is income. This is consumption. And this the difference between them is I. ठीक है? No. And the पहली चीज, पहली बात कि there is positive consumption even when income is zero. Second, AD is जो consumption AD या फिर बोलो consumption curve, first component of consumption curve. अच्छा, अच्छा AD, अच्छा AD का पहला component है consumption curve, फिर है investment, autonomous investment curve, ठीक है, is sloped upwards because consumption expenditure, because consumption increases when income increases, ठीक है, हमने बोला था ना। तो consumption curve is sloped upwards, हम्म, और क्या होता है, consumption curve है वो upwards है, ठीक है, sloped upwards because as the consumption increases, as the consumption expenditure as the consumption increases, our income also increases, but the proportion of consumption increase with the proportion of increase in the proportion in the increase of income is less than the proportion increase in the level of consumption. Hmm. So it happens because after reaching out, people start saving. Because why this they happen, because people start saving. People start saving. तो पहली बार हमने बोल दिया एडी इज सी प्लस आई, क्योंकि हम टू सेक्टर इकोनॉमी की बात कर रहे हैं। दूसरा हमारा जो पॉजिटिव कंजम्पशन है, even with positive consumption, even when income is zero, because people are need of the because there is always a basic minimum minimum level of consumption. Minimum level of consumption that people need for consumption that people need for the survival. Basic level of consumption that people need for the people need for their survival. Minimum level and we and हमने ईडी का पहला कंपोनेंट के बारे में कंजम्पशन कंजम्पशन consumption curve. Consumption curve is upwards but because as the consumption increases our income increases, but the increase in the proportion of income increase is less than the increase proportion of increase in consumption because after a time people start saving. Hmm. An autonomous consumption curve is parallel to the x-axis. ठीक है? You if O OS plus OR is AD is OS plus OR. Yes, OS plus OR हमारा ये होगा. ये plus का ये is ये and then the difference is this. Hmm. Autonomous consumption plus autonomous investment AD होते हैं. Autonomous investment with a noise. C बार. ठीक है. इसका AD का जो ये बोलोगे ये पैरेलल टू दी एक्स एक्सिस है. एक्स एक्सिस है. और इसी का स्लोप पॉजिटिव है क्योंकि इनकम इंक्रीजेस और एग्रीगेट डिमांड और एग्रीगेट एक्सपेंडिचर इंक्रीजेस. ठीक है. जी टू जी बुला लेंगे जब कभी जैसे कभी हो. एग्रीगेट डिमांड हो गया. सेकंड थिंग इज एग्रीगेट सप्लाई. फिर है कंजम्पशन फंक्शन. फिर फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड इन्वायरमेंट. अगेन सप्लाई और हमारा तो यहाँ पर की पॉइंट्स ही है. नोट ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं. नोट ज़्यादा ही. Aggregate supply refers to money value. Aggregate supply. Aggregate supply equal. Means so aggregate supply. क्या होता है? बहुत क्या होता है मुझे मैंने oh that's why. Hmm. 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 That's just money value. यहाँ पर था this is money value. This is the money value of all final goods and services that all the producers are willing to supply in an economy. So aggregate supply is therefore to be planned production या desired output. It must be noted that aggregate supply refers to only to planned production या desired output. Supply is the plant production, is it the plant production of desired aggregate supply refers to the money value of all services that the producers are willing to supply in the economy in a given period of time. Hmm. As equals to cost. As equals to cost growth. You see? Hmm. Aggregate supply refers to money of all money value of all goods and services that the producers are willing to supply in the economy like, during a given in a given time period. In a given time period. It must be noted that aggregate supplies of plant production होती है design output ही ठीक है actual output नहीं है only actual output तो aggregate supply which is national income के बराबर है aggregate supply is expressed in differences आते हैं DST में differences वहाँ रखे थे भाई hmm? aggregate supply is just national income हमने aggregate supply is equal to national income hmm? Hmm. The aggregate supply is expressed in simple terms. It's the total output of using services in the output. We know the total output, the total output, value for the only distributed to supply the product. Like value is the number factor income. Some regular factor income, like it is factor, this is the material income. This is the income is the cost. What is it? Is the you know the total output total हाँ बन गया आ रहा हूँ major portion of national income is spent on consumption of goods and services and the balance is saved. So income equals to C plus S and Y is equal देखो तो हमने बोल दिया अच्छा हमने बोल दिया aggregate supply equals to national income and national is income equals to consumption plus saving hmm? saving so by this aggregate supply is equal to consumption plus saving ठीक है aggregate supply curve is aggregate supply curve and the national income is coincided with each other एक के ऊपर and within you can curve और in between 2 मिनट में आ रहा हूँ 0 200 300 400 500 600 260 240 320 400 480 560 saving वैसे 7 y नेगेटिव में भी हो सकती है। -80 तो इसमें से माइनस करूँ, माइनस का 60 -40 -20 0 20 40 इसमें से माइनस करूँ, ये तो 0 में से 80 माइनस का 80 इनका हमने निकाल दिया 100 200 200 करके ये इसका तो अगर 0 100 तो इसको ऐसे कर लो, इसका इसमें से माइनस करके इसका इसके में से माइनस करके ऐसे करके आ जाएगा करो। और इसका कर्व होता है कुछ ऐसे सा 45 डिग्री के एंगल पे aggregate supply in common aggregate supply consumption and saving consumption and saving ठीक है।